What's up, it's John from Fedora Lifestyle, and do you want to draw fire that looks more realistic than this? Then let me show you how. Before getting started, please subscribe for more art and drawing tutorials. I'm going to draw fire on a skull, but these techniques will help with fire on any subject. Start with a vertical symmetry line with an oval in the middle. Then in the center of that oval, draw an eye line and divide it into 5 equal sections. Now in sections 2 and 4, draw the square-shaped eyes. To ensure they're the same size, measure the width of each eye socket against the symmetry line. Now draw the nasal cavity in the shape of an arrowhead and the S-curved cheekbones. The upper gum line is in a curve like a smile. Now, I often say this when drawing skulls. The incisors are shaped like candy corn. I recommend taking your time in drawing the upper row, then mirroring the shape of those teeth when drawing the bottom row. Reference photos will be a big help here too. Next, draw the inner jawbone from the bottom teeth to the skull. For the contour of the jawbone, draw a horizontal line through where the teeth meet, and mark the bottom of the chin. The jawbone will begin to taper at the horizontal line and round off at the point you marked for the bottom of the chin. Then for the top of the skull, note the angle at the top. Skulls typically aren't rounded off in a semicircle. For the next part, imagine the skull is sitting on a flat surface within this window. This is called framing your composition, which is supposed to represent your full piece of paper or comic book panel. Now, with the side of your pencil, very lightly draw the shape of the flames. Note my very light grip on the pencil. We don't want a heavy dark outline. Also, with the loose grip on the pencil, draw an oval around the base of the skull. This will be where the light of the fire reflects off of the flat surface. Now erase the entire drawing. You may choose to only erase your guidelines, but I find erasing everything is just faster. Okay, again with the side of your pencil, very lightly shade the background around the flames. My shading will look a bit scratchy because I'm drawing on mixed media paper, which has a tooth or rough texture. Also add a light value around the ring and under the skull. Remember, the fire will be the lightest element in your drawing, so very lightly shade the front of the skull, including the eye sockets and teeth. Now outline the bottom part of the skull, say from the cheekbones down. Since the top of the skull is covered in flames, we really don't want that dark outline. Before we shade any further, you can use an eraser to reshape the flames if you're unhappy with how they look. Now using horizontal pencil strokes, shade under the skull and around the ring. You may need a couple of passes in these areas to make sure they're good and dark. Once done, shade a lighter, but not too light, value in the ring. This area should be darker than the skull. Next, darken the eye sockets and around the teeth, then using a lighter grip on the pencil, shade in a circular pattern to darken the background. Remember, it's better to build these values, making it darker after repeating the shading a few times, than having a crisp dark outline around the flames. Now that we're starting to see how dark the background will be, darken the value on the skull's face. Also darken the outline around areas of interest, like the gum line and the shape of the eye sockets. Since fire is not pure white, use the side of your pencil to add a few light lines in the flames. This gives it a nice visual variety. Finally, sharpen that pencil and give the background another really dark layer. We don't want to see pencil lines, so don't press too hard, but we want it to be good and dark. And with that, you're done. Please subscribe, like, and share.